It's Q Radio on 101.2 and 106 FM. It is your music, your station. It's a Wednesday afternoon. We are out and about at the Hub in Cookstown, and I'm joined by local thespian Jimmy Cowan. Is that a fair introduction?
I've been called many a thing, but not a thespian, no. Hub lover.
Jimmy, we're here at the Hub, and you'd have known Carol Dewey quite some time. You've performed on many of her shows and stuff. Tell us a wee bit of background on Carol, because she's wild shy herself.
Oh, well, you all know, yeah, she's very, very backward girl, you know. And you have to force her to do things, you know. And I would say I would be the backbone behind Carol, not her behind me. But you've only to look around here today to see, you know, the hub that is going on in the place, and it's a credit to Carol and our committee.
There is a wee bit of a buzz arrived at the moment. We've got some people down from the volunteer centre there. I see Ryan and Sammy Joe and Stephen and Mary and the whole team are in there as well. And Molly Flynn, the storyteller's coming up a wee bit later on. Jimmy, you're heading out and about there. It's a busy day for yourself.
Oh, well, I'm back 2 o'clock to do my school run as usual, you know. But look forward to coming down here, you know, and working with Carol. And I would be, I'd say, Carol's resident thespian, you know. When she writes something, then, you know, I'm through in at the deep end, whether it's with young, old, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Isn't she very fortunate as somebody like yourself to keep her right?
She doesn't know how lucky she is. You know, they're lined up outside our door, and I said, you know, Carol is a very lucky person to have me.
I'll tell you something, it's a good job this is not television. Anyway, Jimmy, you're going to introduce our next live performer today.
Yes, indeed. We have a singer coming up. She's Shauna Ryan. And Shauna is going to sing for us Nothing Compares to You.
It's been so lonely without you, like a bird without a song. And nothing can stop these lonely tears from falling. Tell me, baby, where did I go wrong? I could put my arms around every boy I see, but they only remind me of you. I went to the doctor, guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, girl, you better try to have fun no matter what you do. But he's a fool, 'cause nothing compares to you.
There she goes. That's a young lady called Shauna Ryan, and Nothing Compares to You. Carol, we're only getting a wee bit of a flavour of what's going to be going on here at the Hub, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm so envious of anybody that can sing. There's not a note in my head. That was totally amazing. But it's not all about the arts. It's about bringing people in. It's about opening our doors, either one of the doors, and making you feel welcome. Don't be lonely. Come to the Hub and you'll always meet someone. There's a cup of tea for you. As I said, the honesty box. We want people in Cookstown to open these doors and feel that they have arrived home, somewhere where they are wanted and loved, somewhere where they feel they belong.
Pop in and check it out. It's the Hub, it's the Burn Road in Cookstown, and we're here until 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's Q Radio on 101.2 and 106 FM. It is your music, your station. It's a Wednesday afternoon. If you've just joined us, welcome along. We're here at the Hub in the Burn Road in Cookstown. Carol Dewey is our driving force behind the Hub. Carol, we've got a whole range of guests with us this time. Tell us who we've got.
Oh, absolutely. We have Molly McFlynn next to me, 86-year-old, an absolutely brilliant woman at telling stories, and we are going to have Molly up here in the Hub many evenings. Next door to Molly is Karen Conlon. Karen's our project manager. We wouldn't be here today absolutely without Karen. And next door to that is the little flower. Her name is Blaheen, which is Molly's daughter. A Camellia, is it Camellia or Camellia singer? I don't know nothing about age, but she sings old Camellias.
Right, I'm gonna go to Molly. Molly, how did you get roped into this storytelling business?
I just, from when I was at school, I used to do poems, and then I learned these poems of Marshall's, and I go to the traditional Irish nights, and that's how I got hooked on. There's a night on Tilly McVeigh's every Wednesday night, down in the pub at the Loop, and then I go to the Cultus. That's how I started to.
Does it make for a good evening's entertainment when you get an old story or two round the fire?
Oh, it does, surely. But it reminds you of old times, whenever people were happier than they are now, and they had nothing.
You're going to be telling a story or two here at the Hub some of these weeks. You would invite people to come along and hear what you've got to say.
Well, that's all right.
Molly, we might catch a story or two from Molly a wee bit later on. I'm moving across to Karen. Karen, you're administrator here at the Hub. Tell us a wee bit about how this idea all came about.
Well, I think it's basically been a meeting of minds. Carl has had this idea for quite some time and approached me near enough 9 months ago, Carl. There's a definite need in Cookstown to create more of a community vibe, to get people together, all-inclusive, whatever, and I suppose in the times of recession as well, to help all the local people to get together, use their resources, and to help local business as well.
Karen, tell me a wee bit about if people are tuned our way at the moment, they'd like to give some support, maybe donate something in some way. How do they go about that?
Well, they can contact either Carl or myself or any member of the committee, which is Tony McCants, Tracy Devlin, Pauline McGarty, Ryan McGarty, Rosie Tui, who I keep calling McGarty because that's her maiden name and I'm a deadly woman for forgetting married names. Any member of the committee, or even just call in here to the Hub. We have been supported fantastically by businesses in the town, and which tells us that there's that need there, and the support of local businesses has been a real impetus to getting this show off the road. 2 months ago this place was covered in rat droppings, litter, it was damp, it was cold. You're in here today, you can see the wood burning stove's going, it's warm, it's full of people, it's full of atmosphere, it's full of personality. Come on down, have a bit of crack with us.
Bit of sound advice, get along to the Hub. I'm going to wind up by chatting to Blaheen. Blaheen, tell us a wee bit about that name for the start.
Well, it's an Irish name and it means little flower in English, and that's about all I know about it.
And you are the little flower here at the Hub?
Oh, aye, definitely.
Carol mentioned you do a bit of singing, old Camalias and stuff like that. Are you going to give us a wee sample?
Hi, well, I do a wee bit of traditional singing now and again, and I want to congratulate Carol on the Hub here, and with her help I got into a bit of drama and that as well, and she's a great one for, if you've anything in you, for bringing it out of you. So
she's a great woman for twisting your arm. What kind of shows were you in with Carol?
I was in Leading Men, Leading Women, and one of her plays, Don't Die Wondering. So it was a very good experience.
And you're looking forward to many more stage performances?
Oh yes, definitely. Right.
Thank you very much, Carl. I'm going to go back to you to wrap up. We've still got another singer to come.
We have indeed, and the singer is Jarlath Cowan, Mr. Jimmy the bus driver's glorious son, an absolutely brilliant one. And maybe Molly later on will tell us a wee story about her curtain days, because I think we've all forgotten them, but Molly was a good curter, so I've heard on the QT, all right.
There we go. We will find out about Molly's endeavours a wee bit later on. It's Q Radio out and about today at the Hub in Cookstown. It's Q Radio on 101.2 and 106 FM. It is your music, your station. We're out and about at the Hub today at the Burn Road in Cookstown. We've had a whole plethora of people on. We've got singers and singer-songwriters. We've got poets and all sorts of things going on. And earlier on we spoke to Molly Flynn. Molly is one of our storytellers here, and we're going to catch up again with Molly, and Molly's going to tell us just one of those infamous tales. Molly.
I'm going to tell a story. It was written by the Reverend Marshall, who's a Presbyterian minister in Castledairg in the County Tyrone. And all these stories are about town lands in Tyrone. And this one is called the Sarah from Berra. So I met a girl in Berra, and she said her name was Sarah. And I thought she was the loveliest lass that ever wore a shoe. So I went and sat beside her, and buns and tea provided her, and then I tried to soften her with a lozenge or two. And then as I got bolder, I nipped her on the shoulder, and axed her on my knee. Says I, you'll be in bother. I'll go home and tell me mother. That you're emptying it to me. But she said it with a twinkle, and a brow without a wrinkle, and a tinkle in her laughter that invited laughing back. So I began to poke her, to hug her and provoke her, and she swore that I would choke her as her stays begun to crack. Says I, now don't be silly. If a fireman drumming a killie, and though it may be hilly, there's a handy bit of bog. We'll be happy there together, with a bullock in the heather, a goat upon the tether, a donkey and a dog. It wasn't long It wasn't long we married, tarried, the pair of us got married, and home the donkey drew us, the presents made a load, and on them Sarah sitting with a clocker and a kitten, and we rattled like a flitting up the Drumnachilly road. When we got to Drumnachilly, the night was getting chilly. I could hear the bleats of Lily as the wrath come off the arse. Says I'll get a bucket, for I don't know how she stuck it, and I lifted one and took it up to Lily in the grass. Now the goat was very woolen, and the bucket nearly filling, and the milk it nearly spilling, when I heard an awful gow. Over stones and lying water, it was then I heard a clatter. It was Sarah on the batter, up the loaning in the field. She was roaring like a lion, and her petticoats was flying. She was gowling, she was shouting, that had waken up the dead. And between the gowls and praying, I made out what she was saying. John, the devil's in the bed. So we run to meet the devil, with a mind to speak him civil, but behind you Sarah's devil was a hairy old bug goat, with a smell for human noses that was anything but roses, a beard on him like Moses, and a dicky at his throat. Oh, says I, my neighbour Mickey, he must have done it for his tricky, but a goat that wears a dicky is a goat I can't abide. So I knew the man that smelled him, he'd be inclined to do it seldom, so I cut the ropes that held him, and I chased the buck outside. Now, sometimes me and Sarah, we get dressed and we go to bear, but she'll never let me wear a decent dicky like the rest, for the thing that isn't civil is to mention Sarah's devil, the Drumnachilly devil, and the dicky on his chest.
There you go. That's a yodeling dog as well. Molly Flynn there, the storyteller, and you can catch up with more from Molly at the Hub here at Burn Road in Cookstown. Molly, thanks for coming on.
Oh, right, that's right. What's you the goat anyway?
Cheers, Molly. Thanks a million. It's Q Radio on 101.2 and 106 FM. It is your music, your station. Midweek Wednesday at the Hub at the Burn Road in Cookstown. We've been here all day. We've had a whole host of people on the show, and I'm going to go back to Carol again. Carol, who we got coming up next?
Oh, we have the one and only Jarlath Cowan, Jimmy, the bus driver's son, and he's written an absolutely blinder of a song with a brilliant title. It's called Burnt Out Last Night. It's like one of his daddy's buses had happened 3 weeks ago. Burnt Out Last Night. Take it away, Jarlath.
I'm out of my head every night. It's the same old routine that I fight. So I'll call you up on the telephone, but you are not around. Times have run and people change, but I have always felt the same. So come on over, here's the light, but it burned out last night. But it burned out last night. Another night, alone at home, staring at the telephone. It's been a month, maybe more, and you are not around. It's time to run, it's time to change. I feel like I have gone insane. So come on over, tonight's the night. I don't wanna fight. I don't wanna fight. I'm out of my head every night. It's the same old routine that I fight. So I'll call you up on the telephone, but you are not around. It's time to run and people change, but I have always felt the same. So come on over, here's the light, but it burned out last night.
There we go. That's a guy called Jarlath Cowan. And if you'd like to find out more about Jarlath's music, visit facebook.com/nerdmore. That's a song called Burned Out Last Night. And we've got one more performer coming up from here at the Hub, Burn Road in Cookstown, with the Q Cafe out and about for a Wednesday.